Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is Sumit Gupta from Mcdonald Pelz Global Commodities. Sumit, hi, good to have you. All-time highs on wheat on a constant basis is what we've seen for the last couple of months now, and we're trading above 3,200 rupees per quintal. What is your sense? What do you think the government's viewpoint is with the wheat prices at all-time highs?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Manisha, for having me on the show. It's a very pertinent question because India is one of the fastest growing economy in the world. And what the citizen of the country of a fastest growing economy wants? They at least wants a consistent supply of the food grains at affordable prices. And that's what RBI has also come up with their report, in which they have highlighted that tail end inflation can be higher than anticipated by RBI. But let's put it this way, Government of India till now has done a great job, because by banning exports on 13th of May in a timely way, otherwise inflation could have been higher. They have substituted rice with wheat in the domestic market. But even after all these steps, domestic prices, as you mentioned, today is trading at 3,200 rupees per quintal in Delhi market. And this price was 2,750 on 1st of Jan. So we have almost seen an increase of 20% in last 24 days, and which is actually hampering the consumer. It is hampering the pocket of the people. And if you look, who suffers the most? It's the consumer who suffers the most. So Government of India has done a great job in certain aspects, but has not done a great job by going into policy paralysis, by not having OMSs at the right time, by believing in their crop number, and waiting for the next crop to do the wonders.
Sumit, when you would you say that the government would of course be concerned? They've banned exports, as you mentioned. OMSs looks like a very bleak possibility now, because even if the tenders were done today, it takes 30 days to come into the market. So that also seems like a far-fetched idea right now. And the concerns are for the 1.5 month now, because then the Rabi crop would start coming into the markets as well. What is the step that you see the government taking now? Because the import duty waiving also is not going to help, because that's going to also take time for the wheat to come into the markets. So what is it that perhaps the authorities could do?
It is, you have actually put all the answer in form of the question. I will put it this way, it's a great question, because if you see the options that Government of India at the moment have limited. Okay. Because if you look at the MSP for the new crop, it is 2,100 to 50 for the price at which farmer is going to sell wheat to the Government of India. And today price in Delhi is 3,200 rupees. That means we have to see inverse of around 30-35% in prices for prices to go back to MSP level. Today's stocks of Government of India is around 17.1 million tons as against a buffer norm of 13 million tons. Government is comfortable on the stocks. Right. Even if I will put this way, it's going to take time, OMSs to come to the market, but Government of India for sure should come with immediate OMSs policy to increase the availability of the wheat in the domestic market. Right. Because it's the small miller, it is suffering the most. Second, one important point I want to highlight, the consumer in the country, especially in the poorest part of the country, that's the West UP, Bihar, Bengal, Odisha, they are getting the least availability of food grains this year. Because when PMGKY is stopped or being renamed, the distribution in this part of the country has gone down substantially. Absolutely.
But Sumit, the other point really is about the farmers. With the farmers getting higher prices, do you think that at least that is one part that the government has got right?
Actually, if you look at post-harvest, it's never the farmer who is the beneficiary. In India, around 60 to 70% of the crop by farmers is sold at harvest, and especially in the commodities which are MSP driven, the selling is even higher. So farmer today, even if you look at the price of the new commodity, it is a new harvest, it is 21250, which is 30% lower than today's price. So either Government of India has some magic wand in mind where they'll be able to buy a lot from the farmer. But in absence of that, we have a very, very tight rope to trade.
All right. Okay.
All right, Sumit, thank you so much for joining in. Sorry to cut you short right now on this one, because we have the Maruti numbers flashing for you at the bottom of the screen. On a standalone net profit basis, it looks like a beat on street expectations. In fact, we were working with net profit growth of 88%, and it's come in much higher than that.